The sixth weekend of DTM took us to the Sachsenring to the east of Germany for the first time in 21 years, and with the championship finally poised, Mirko Bortolotti 7 points clear of Thomas Preining after taking a win and a second last time out at the Lausitzring. But it was Lukas Stolz in the Mercedes on pole position for this one, with Jan Nguyen alongside with his best qualifying of the season so far. And Kelvin van der Linde had qualified third, but with a 5-place grid penalty, that put the two championship contenders onto the second row of the grid. Lukas Stolz then made a terrific start in the Mercedes. Jan Nguyen, though, was under fire already through turn one from Thomas Preining in the Porsche as the pair ran side by side, but the Turkish driver just about fended off the Austrian. There was contact further back between Ricardo Feller and Maro Engel, the Mercedes running through the gravel trap. Lukas Stolz getting away from the fighting that was going on behind, and way out wide coming out of turn 11 was Kelvin van der Linde trying to make up that 5-place grid penalty. He dived up the inside of Thierry Vermeulen. On board his brother Sheldon van der Linde with the BMW just behind. A replay of the run through the first sequence of corners saw that Jack Aitken in the number 14 Ferrari had made a terrific start from the third row of the grid to get ahead of Bortolotti, and there was a replay of the collision between Feller and Maro Engel from the two onboard perspectives. So a great start to the race for Lukas Stolz, but his 3-second advantage about to be completely wiped out as the safety car was deployed because of debris on the circuit. The racing paused while various parts of DTM cars, predominantly from Maro Engel's Mercedes, were recovered from the track. He lost part of his wing, he lost his Mercedes badge, and he lost a wing mirror as well. And it would ultimately be a retirement for the driver, 6th in the championship standings. And of course, Lukas Stolz, who made a great start to the race, would now have to deal with the restart. And Jan Nguyen was pushing hard as they went out of the final turn and got the race back up to green flag conditions. Preining in third, Aitken in fourth, Bortolotti in fifth, Kelvin van der Linde in 6th place. And they went charging into the first corner with Jack Aitken getting a luck at the inside of Thomas Preining for third place. He couldn't quite find a way through though, and meanwhile the BMW of Sheldon van der Linde, fourth in the championship, rubbing shoulders with Thierry Vermeulen in the second Emil Frey Racing Ferrari as the pair of them battled over 7th place, with Kelvin van der Linde having dispatched with the Dutch driver the previous lap. So great battles in the field as Lukas Stolz began to stretch his legs once again at the head of the pack, and then finally after 3 laps stuck behind the Ferrari, the BMW of Sheldon van der Linde found a way past Thierry Vermeulen, and he was quickly followed by Ricardo Feller, who'd had his own 5-place grid penalty after qualifying 7th. He was trying to come from 12th on the grid, but the Swiss driver was making a good run of it in the AB Sportsline Audi. Out though, unfortunately, into retirement was Jack Aitken after sustaining damage to his radiator in the opening encounters. So that left just one Ferrari, and as the pit window opened, lots of cars came in for an early stop, including Sheldon van der Linde and Lukas Stolz, Thomas Preining as well, an early stopper. But it would be a crucial stop for Thomas Preining because 1 lap later, Jan Nguyen came out of the pits, but behind him. So a change for second place effectively. Thomas Preining moving ahead of Jan Nguyen and up into what would become second place. But then there was drama in the pit stops for Mirko Bortolotti. First a lock-up coming out of the pit lane, and then on a replay we saw that he'd spun the wheels up on the jacks. It had all gone slightly awry. That's not allowed in DTM, so he had to serve a penalty lap at 50 kilometres an hour through the penalty box. That would cost him about 5 seconds. He rejoined behind René Rast and out of the top 10. Lucas Auer, 5th in the championship, was having a torrid time of it as well. He ran through the gravel trap and ultimately would retire from the race as well. So Stolz led, Preining second, Nguyen in third place. A good battle going on further back between Sheldon van der Linde, who was way out wide, approaching 260 kilometres an hour. He came under fire from the second Manthey EMA Porsche driven by Dennis Olsen. But at the end of the race, it was Lukas Stolz who took his first win of 2023. Thomas Preining coming home in second, and a first podium in the DTM for a Turkish driver. And it was Jan Nguyen who took the spoils. 4th and 5th, the two AB Sportsline Audis of Ricardo Feller and Kelvin van der Linde, with Sheldon van der Linde completing the top 6. So a 10th different winner from 11 races at DTM 2023 as Lukas Stolz took his first win of the season. DTM 2023 continues to deliver. What will race 2 bring here at the Sachsenring?